What's up, boys? In today's video, we're going to do a replay analysis. So, one of the homies, Honest Abe, says, how do I beat Turtle Mech? It's OP, let's nerf Mech next patch. Which is pretty funny. So, let's get into the replay analysis. So, he's playing against the oh so legendary Avilo so amazed. And we are going to be watching from Honest Abe's perspective here. So let's go ahead and speed up the game here. Now, I do have a video on how to beat Mech. I'll put it on screen right now. So if you are interested in that, make sure you go and give that one a watch. Now, we're just going to go forward through the opener. I don't think that this is really important. And we're going to talk about, you know, how to actually beat Mech when it matters, right? So we're doing our standard build order. Everything looking good here. Third command center. Everything looking good. And we are swapping. 2 more barracks. 2 more eBays. Okay. And we're going reactors. Okay, everything good. 2 more barracks. Okay. Armory, it looks like. Yep, everything looking good. Alright. So, we go tech labs on these. Now here is the first mistake, okay? So we played a wonderful game here. Alright. And we know it's mech. We went tech labs here. We scouted that it was mech with the Reaper, I'm pretty sure. So what is the first pretty big mistake? We're going to drop down a 4th base, right? This is not a mistake. And then we're going to go 8 racks, okay? So when you're playing TVT, you have 2 choices. Versus Bio, you're going to go ahead and play either 8 racks or 2 extra starports, and you get to choose. But versus Mech, you are not going to play 8 racks. This is terrible. The Bio does nothing. It literally gets hard countered by the units on the ground. And the way that we beat Mech is with starport units, right? So this is a critical blunder. Instead of going for 3 more barracks up to 8 racks here, I would much rather see 2 more starports being thrown down, alright? And we can use that to make Ravens, or depending on if we really need the air control, we can make Vikings and go into Liberators, right? So we can kind of decide what we want to do based on what our opponent is doing. And this is a win condition, by the way. If you get early air control and you get out Liberators, you actually just win the game because your opponent can't do anything. They are forced to make Thors, and that's already good for you because you're going into Lib range anyway. So, yeah, pretty critical blunders here. So let's continue with the replay. When do we actually get these 2 extra starports? So we're going for a 5th base, which is good. We're going for 2-2, which is nice, but honestly not very important. And yeah, I don't really care about the particular like engagements here, although we are winning in supply here. Yeah, so let's watch this fight, because this is not enough units. He has 4 tanks here, okay? And 1 mine and 1 liberator. So this is not enough to beat us. We are maxed out. We should be going across the map. Like, what are we waiting for? Why is our army just chilling? Okay. So we're getting another factory before the starports. Finally, we get the starports. Like, the second factory is nice. It's a little bit late, but I don't really care too much about this. We need the starports, and now we're going up to 5 starports, it looks like. It looks like it's on the way. So 3 + 1, so that's 4 starports. And like, we're maxed and we're not doing anything. Like, we allowed him to take the space completely for free. And he's even has an orbital here. Like, okay. Like, he only had 4 tanks earlier. We could have absolutely denied the space. And we should have, because we were maxed. Okay. When you're playing against Mech, you want to trade out your bio, you know, not too quickly. And I'll explain why in a minute. But basically, we want to trade out our bio for bases. So this over here, great. We don't even need the medevacs over here. But this is great. And Like, we could have hopped on this base so much earlier. When he only had 4 tanks and we were maxed, like, come on, we can stim and literally just kill this. Like, it was 1 Widowmine, 1 Liberator, and 4 tanks. We can beat that, okay? So, pretty critical blunder, and we allowed our opponent to get a 4th base being an orbital, right? Like, it's not horrible, but, like, come on, we could have denied this and just won the game probably right there. So, the scary thing when we're playing against Mech is him maxing out and killing us. So we don't want to trade out our army too much. We want to make sure that we're not going to die to a move out, right? We don't want to like lose our entire army. And we want to just deny bases with our bio, right? And in the meantime, we are transitioning into a good army composition. So here, like, we're going in, cool, we make him lift the base, awesome. And we have our own 4th base up and mining. We're winning the game, right? So this is great. But like, imagine if we had air control right now. The fact that he's making liberators here should show you that you absolutely blundered this game. He is not allowed to make liberators. He needs to desperately fight for air control because you have more resources than him. You should have more resources than him. Like, it's really hard for Mech to be able to afford their extra starports and actually start producing liberators. And like, as you can see, he has all these starports. Like, our starports were way too late. We should have had these a lot faster, right? So I recommend going up to 8 gas really fast, throwing down 2 more starports up to 3, and then even 2 more starports up to 5. And we can have 2 tech labs and just 1 reactor on that, and we are for sure going to be able to beat him in air control. And like, he has cyclones and widow mines, but that's fine, right? Like, we will still have some leftover infantry and of course siege tanks. Always make siege tanks. So let's just fast forward through the game and let's look at the unit count here. So our opponent has 21 Vikings and it's 13 minutes into the game, right? So this is not ideal. He's making liberators, right? Looking all these missile turrets. Okay. And we're taking bases. Good, we're making more factories, which is honestly useless, I would say. 3 factories, I think, is probably a good number. And it's like we're building our bases on location. Everything looks good. Okay, so now we are actually starting to compete in the air. So we have 19 Vikings, 8 Liberators, 2 battle cruisers. This is great. Having a really strong air army absolutely destroys Mech. We need to have a good siege tank count, Viking, Liberator, Viking, and Ravens. Okay, the Ravens interference your opponent's battle cruisers and anti-armor missile, which makes it a lot better for your Liberators, right? We completely want to trade out a bio. So as we can see, we've done that. We have not really any bio. We have 6 tanks, which is good. And we're aiming for a good army here. So what we want to do with this army is we want to encroach onto a position. So you see like all of these like turrets here. What we're going to do is we're going to win the air battle. Now, I think that we probably can win right now. But ideally we have some more Vikings. But we could probably win right now, right? He doesn't even have any Thors. So I think probably we'll be in a good spot. So what we do is we siege our tanks like here, right? And what we want is to siege our tanks on his missile turrets, but outside of his tanks. And when we destroy his air, then we have air control, and we can just siege the Liberators on here, right? And he can't do anything. And that is literally a win condition. Like, I realize he has a planetary, but that doesn't matter, right? Also, like, why did we make a reactor on here? Are we copying him now? Like, that's kind of strange. So let's continue. We're maxed out. We want to be trading. We have a really good Viking count. Especially right now, we need to be doing this. Like, I don't know where our army is. Our army is over here. Okay. And we are trying to siege Liberators on missile turrets. So what I'm going to expect to see is you sieging your tanks on the missile turrets and not losing your Liberators. Okay, very good. And his Vikings are nicely upgraded. He's only up 1 upgrade, right? So we want to make sure that we're getting our air upgrades. And now he has Thors. So Thors actually do not work. Lib range beats Thors. And like, why are we allowing him to kill all of our Vikings like that? Or sorry, all of our Liberators. Right? Like, I get that he can kite back into like Widow Mines and missile turrets and stuff, but like, anytime he comes forward, he should be taking a bad trade with his Vikings because we have superior air control. And then, like I said, we're just sieging our tanks, and we are not using the Liberators until we have air control. Like, we don't need the Liberators to be sieged right now. You see how you have this Liberator sieged? That's good because of the Thors, right? But it's like 21 minutes into the game. We could have done this way before Thors. Now that there are Thors, we do need the Liberator sieged, but like, you have them sieged way too far forward. If we go here, like, these are too forward. We should have them farther back and have our Vikings here, right? So that way, anytime he tries to come in with his Vikings, we will just get a good fight, basically. And we have battle cruisers as well, which really help. And I know it feels annoying, but like, he even just picked off an entire battle cruiser there. Like, we are only down one Viking. Like, he should not be winning air control like this. Okay, we got a lot more Vikings now. Okay. Yeah, the tanks also do very well. Like, see how he's sieging his libs on your tanks, bro? Like, come on. Okay, this is good. Let's just put it on 8 times here. And it just feels like, even though we have a crazy commanding lead in Vikings, we don't have enough Liberators. We're not using our Liberators well, either. We're gonna lose this base. Yeah. We're also, attacking up into a cliff, but that doesn't matter because it's all about air control. So, I think that this game was an issue of army composition. I think that we have too many Vikings right now. If we look, like, we got the game kind of backwards. We wanted to make sure that we had this Viking control much earlier in the game, and we can achieve this by not playing 8 racks. We needed to make less Vikings and more Liberators, more battle cruisers, and where are the Ravens, man? We need Ravens. The anti-armor missile is massive because it makes the Liberators do really well. And not only that, we can like disable Thors and stuff if we need to, right? If you have a lot of Ravens, you can do a whole lot with that, and they're just banking energy. Like, Avilo's not making any Ravens this game. I don't know why. He should be making Ravens, right? So, let's just fast forward it, see what happens. It looks like he just has a lot of Thors. We don't have enough Liberators because we made too many Vikings. And yeah, I mean, now we have a good Liberator count, but we lose it all overcommitting. Okay, you know, and honestly, I don't blame you because this was a rough 28-minute game, and we just lost both of the corner bases, right? So, okay, so takeaways: army composition, faster transition into starport units, and better micro. That's what you need in order to beat Avilo in the next game. And with that, that's going to be me. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.